Hey guys, it's me, Stae. First of all, I know that I have a lot of nerve going live on a Friday evening in the summertime and thinking anybody's gonna be watching me, but I just couldn't hold my peace, as the old folks used to say. We just rounded out our week of vacation Bible school at my church, which was amazing. And I had the awesome opportunity, or more so privilege, of teaching the adult class for the entire week. And the topic this year was the full armor of God. And even though I was the one teaching and facilitating the class, it still ministered to me. Every time I have to teach or speak anywhere, when I study, I always learn something new. And with all of that's been going on lately with me starting this new endeavor with Running for Your Life, it's just amazing how God is tying everything together. Again, I have to keep it a secret because that's what I said I was going to do. The big reveal is August 5th. However, you guys know that I do have something major coming up. That's a new journey in my life. And this new journey requires me to have certain equipment. There are certain things that I'm going to need to buy to protect myself as I go on this new journey. And there's certain things that I'm going to need to have to shield myself and just to keep me more comfortable as I go on this journey. So when I was studying and teaching about the full armor of God, it just brought that all full circle for me, because there are so many times that whether we're doing something and it's a new journey, or whether we're just going on vacation and we have to pack things and we're not sure what the weather is going to be, if we are shopping for an outfit to wear for a certain occasion and we're not really sure what to wear, whatever it is, there are times in our lives where we need something new to put on our body. But how often do we think about putting on that full armor of God to protect ourselves from the enemy? And in this journey that I'm going on, like I said, there's certain things that I'm going to need to buy to protect myself. But no matter how much equipment I buy, no matter how good the salesperson might tell me it is, and no matter how protective the company says this gear is, none of it is going to do me any good if I don't have on that full armor of God. And that is just amazing to me how all of this is just tying together. I mean, you guys just don't even know the revelations that I've had just over the past week. And this is something that I wanted to speak on tonight, is because I want to encourage you all to think about that armor every day. As soon as you get up in the morning, just like you're planning what you're going to wear to work, or where to run your errands, or to your kids' school, wherever you're going, plan on wearing that full armor, because the devil is always busy. I don't care if you've had a great week and you feel like everything is going right. All it takes is for you to walk out that door without your armor on, and the devil is ready and waiting. And it's just so crazy how he's watching us, and he knows what we like, he knows what we don't like, he knows our strength, and he knows our weaknesses. So if your weakness or something that you're working on happens to be the fact that you're a confrontational person, or somebody who just, you don't take anything from anybody, you're quick to jump and whatever, then you have to make sure that you pray to God and have on your shoes of peace every day. Because if you don't, and if you don't think about that and protect yourself and walk in peace, then that's where the devil's going to attack you. If he knows that you don't really have a problem walking in truth, then that's not where he's going to attack you. He's going to attack you where he knows he's weak. That's why we can't leave without that full armor. And I just remember, it just reminded me of being young and at my grandmother's house, times when I would stay over her house, like on a school night or whatever, and she would tell me to carry my umbrella to school. but I'm looking outside and it's bright and sunshiny outside, and I'm thinking, why do I have to carry an umbrella? This is just something extra to carry, and it's not going to rain. It doesn't look like it's going to rain, but she wanted me to carry it anyway. And then, of course, because grandma knows best, it would end up raining that afternoon, and I was so glad that I had my umbrella to protect me on my way home. And that's what it is with this full armor of God, that we don't know what's out there waiting on us, and we may think that everything is wonderful and everything has been going great. What do we have to worry about? And so we might get caught slipping without that armor, and the devil is ready and waiting. So in my opinion, I believe in always being prepared. I think it's like the Boy Scouts that say that or whatever, because I know that there's been time when I've gone out of this door without a piece of my armor, and that's exactly where the devil attacked me. So I just wanted to tell everybody just to be mindful of that. Keep yourself protected, because the devil is always ready and waiting and lurking, and he can only attack us and hurt us when we don't have on the armor. Because the thing is, as soon as he comes at you and he realizes that you have your armor, you have your sword of the Spirit, you're walking with your shoes of peace, you have your helmet on, you have your shield, you have your everything together, then he's going to move on, because he knows that that armor that we wear, that full armor of God, he can't penetrate that. He can't penetrate it. But don't go out just wearing your shoes of peace, but you forget, your breastplate of righteousness, because he'll find a way to get you there. That's why we have to stay layered up. And that's another thing. I grew up in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Steelers, love it, the bird. But anyway, we got weather there. I live in Texas now, and so Texas, all we have is spring and summer as far as I'm concerned. But in Pittsburgh, we got real winter. We had, a couple of feet of snow. We had below zero temperatures and, all of that. And so it was customary for us to be layered up. When you go out for school, you can't just throw on some tennis shoes and a hoodie and think you're going to be okay, because even though you're covered, it's still not thick enough. You still don't have on enough pieces, so that weather can penetrate through those flimsy garments, and you can still end up with frostbite, whatever it is. And it's the same thing with our armor. We have to keep those layers. We have to be protected from head to toe. And if you study in your Bible, Ephesians 6, verses 10 through 20, I believe it is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it's right, in there. I'm not far off, but I believe it's Ephesians 6 verses 10 through 20 or 10 through 19, something like that. You'll see that this armor covered from head to toe. And if you study it deep, layers, because see, the devil is very persistent. He is very crafty. And if you just go up against the devil with a thin layer of protection, he's not going to quit. He's going to keep jabbing at that and jabbing at that until he can get through. And that's why we have to make sure that we have this armor every day, and we stay in our word, and we stay in prayer, and we are consistent in what we're doing. Because if we're only wearing a thin layer of protection, then that's exactly where the devil is going to get us. So we have to make sure that we're layered up. And when I say layered up, I mean you can't just go to church and think that your armor is going to be strong. You can't just only pray and think your armor is going to be strong. We have to do everything. We need to be in church on Sunday. We need to be in Bible study on Wednesday. We need to be reading the word for ourselves, because the Bible does say, study to show thyself approved, which means that you can't just go and just listen to your pastor or listen to your teacher and think that's it. You need to be in the word for yourself, because you need that word to penetrate your heart. And we need to make sure that we're doing things. We need to make sure that we're walking in righteousness. We need to make sure that we are participating in ministry, whatever that ministry is that God has us to do. We need to make sure that we're loving one another, helping one another. These are all the things that we can do to build those layers to make our armor as strong as it can possibly be. Because I'm telling you, just doing one of those things, it's not going to be enough. It may make you feel good for a little while. You may feel like you're protected, but I'm telling you, the devil is just waiting for one little layer to fall off, for one little piece, and he's going to to go on, you're not going to be able to do it. And so before we start working on anything else, we have to start working on that armor. We have to start working on that layer. We have to make sure that we are protected from the inside out, because that's where God moves. That's where God works, on the inside. And once you work on the inside, then the outside is going to come together. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys, because again, we are all running for our life. And when I say that, I mean LYFE, loving ourselves first explicitly. And the way to love yourself is to love God, because if you have the love of God inside of you, then you're gonna love yourself. And the way you love yourself is making sure that you are protected and shielded from anything that the enemy has to go against you. So I just thank you guys for tuning in. I thank you for listening to me. I thank you for supporting me. And again, if anything that I've said has meant anything to you, if you feel like there's any benefit in it, then I definitely would love to hear your comments. I would love for you to like the video, share the video. Also, go subscribe to my YouTube channel, which is where I will be chronicling this whole journey and just sharing with everyone. And so just look me up on YouTube under Stae Hall or Running for Your Life. And let's just make this big. Let's just be there for each other. Again, I want this to be a band of sisters walking in Christian love, supporting each other, going on our journeys. And even though they may be separate journeys, I want us to go on them together.